Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Style Channel, the place where learning English is always easy, practical, and fun. I'm Elena.
And I'm Jack. It is absolutely wonderful to be back in the studio with you today, Elena. And, of course, a huge warm welcome to all our amazing listeners practicing their English with us at home.
Jack, before we dive into today's topic, I have to tell you about a funny and slightly embarrassing thing that happened to me yesterday morning.
Oh, I love a good story. What happened, Elena? Did you forget your car keys again?
No, even worse. I walked into that brand new coffee shop that just opened up down the street, the one with the huge long lines outside. I was so incredibly half awake and exhausted that when the barista looked at me and asked, "What can I get started for you today?" my brain completely stopped working. I just stared at him blankly for 5 seconds and said, "Coffee, black, hot. Please."
Oh, no. I think we have all been there, Elena. When you haven't had your morning caffeine yet, speaking any language, especially a second language, feels like trying to climb a massive mountain.
It really does, Jack. It can be so intimidating when the person behind the counter speaks incredibly fast, using terms you might not know, and there is a huge line of impatient people waiting right behind you. It makes you feel rushed and stressed. That is exactly why today we are going to master how to speak English at a coffee shop and a restaurant.
That is an excellent topic, Elena. Food and drinks are things we deal with every single day. We're going to break down everything into simple, easy steps so our listeners can walk into any cafe or restaurant around the world with total confidence. Let's start with our very first scenario, ordering your morning coffee and pastries at a local cafe.
Perfect. Let's imagine you walk through the door of a busy cafe. When you reach the counter, the barista will usually welcome you with a quick, friendly phrase. They might say, "Hi there, what can I get for you today?" Or, "What are you having?"
Yes, and you don't need to panic or overcomplicate your answer at all. Informally, if you want to sound very natural, relaxed, and quick, you can just use the phrase, "Can I get a..." For example, you can say, "Can I get a large iced latte, please?"
"Can I get a" is an excellent, classic everyday phrase, Jack. It is incredibly common in everyday English. Another informal option you can use, especially at a casual neighborhood spot, is "I'll grab a," as in, "I'll grab a chocolate muffin and a medium cappuccino."
Oh, I use "I'll grab a" all the time. It sounds very cool and casual. But Elena, what if you're at a very fancy, high-end coffee shop, or you just want to sound extra polite to the staff working hard behind the counter?
Formally, you should use the classic structure, "I would like to order," or "Could I please have?" For example, you can say, "Could I please have a slice of banana bread and a hot chamomile tea?" This sounds very elegant, polite, and sincere.
That is a beautiful way to say it. Now, sometimes, after you say your order, the barista will ask a fast follow-up question that confuses a lot of intermediate learners. They will ask, "Is that to go or for here?" Or sometimes, "Have it here or take away?"
Yes, these phrases are good to know. To go or take away means you want the barista to put your food and drink in a paper bag and a paper cup so you can take it outside, maybe to your office, your car, or the park. For here means you want to sit down inside the coffee shop and enjoy it using their ceramic cups and plates. You can simply reply, "To go, please," or "For here, thanks."
Perfect. And what if you want to customize your drink? Like, what if you don't drink regular milk and want alternative milk instead?
It is very simple, Jack. You can just say, "With oat milk, please," or ask, "Do you have soy milk?" You don't need to make a long, complex sentence. Just add the word "please" at the end of your short request, and you will sound great.
Now, let's move from the casual morning coffee shop to a nice sit-down restaurant for lunch or dinner. This is our second scenario, and it can sometimes feel a bit stressful for English learners because you have to talk to a host or hostess at the front door before you even see a table.
Definitely, Jack. When you walk into a sit-down restaurant, you shouldn't just walk inside and sit at a random table. You should wait near the front sign that usually says, "Please wait to be seated." The host will approach you and say, "Hi, welcome. How many in your party?" Or "Table for how many?"
Party is an interesting word here, Elena. In a restaurant context, it doesn't mean a celebration with loud music, balloons, and cake. It just means your group of people. If you are with two friends, you have a party of three.
Exactly. Informally, if you don't have a reservation, you can just walk up to the host and say, "Hey, we need a table for 3, please." Or if you are completely alone, you can say, "Just a table for 1, please."
But what if the restaurant is very popular, formal, and always crowded? You usually need to call ahead or book online. If you already made a reservation, a polite, formal way to tell the host is, "Good evening. We have a reservation under the name Jack at 7 p.m."
Under the name is a wonderful professional phrase to remember, Jack. It tells the host exactly which folder or computer file to look at to find your booking. Now, what happens if the restaurant is completely full and you don't have a reservation? The host might tell you, "There is a 20-minute wait. Would you like to put your name down?"
To put your name down is a very common phrasal verb. It means to allow them to write your name on the official waiting list. If you agree to wait, you can say, "Sure, put me down as Jack." If you don't want to wait and want to leave, you can casually say, "Oh, actually, we might try somewhere else today. Thank you anyway."
Yes, keep it polite and simple. There is absolutely no pressure to stay if the wait time is too long for you.
This conversation is going so smoothly, Elena. If all of our amazing listeners at home are enjoying this episode and finding these phrases helpful for their daily life, please take a quick second to like this video, subscribe to our channel, English Style, and share it with a friend who is also practicing their English journey.
Yes, please do. It really helps our channel grow every single day, and we love creating these lessons for you. And let's do our fun little listening and spelling challenge for today's episode. If you are still watching and listening to us right now, go straight to the comment section below and write the word coffee. We want to see who our dedicated listeners are today.
Yes, write the word coffee in the comments right now. It is a great way to show us that you are actively engaging with the lesson. Remember, subscribing to English Style ensures you never miss our weekly podcast episodes where we break down real-world conversations just like this one.
Exactly, Jack. No stressful exams, no complicated grammar rules, just practical English for real life. Now, let's jump right back into the restaurant experience.
All right, let's picture the scene. The host has given you a beautiful table, you are sitting comfortably, you have the large menu in your hands, and the server walks up to your table. They will usually smile and say, "Are we ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes to look at the menu?"
I almost always need a few more minutes because everything always looks so delicious. If you need more time to think, you can casually say, "Can we get a few more minutes, please? We're still looking."
That is very natural and polite, Elena. But when you are finally ready to order your food, you can use the same friendly structures we learned at the cafe. Informally, you can tell the waiter, "I think I'll go with the grilled chicken sandwich."
"I'll go with" is a fantastic informal phrase, Jack. It simply means I have made my choice from the options available. Formally, if you want to sound a bit more polished, you can say, "For my main course, I would like to have the salmon with roasted vegetables, please."
Excellent. Now, what happens if you look at the menu and you have absolutely no idea what to choose because there are too many options? How do we ask the waiter for advice?
Informally, you can just ask your server, "What's good here?" or "What do you recommend?" It is very friendly, and it lets the waiter tell you their personal favorite dishes that the kitchen makes best.
Yes, but if you are at a formal business dinner or a romantic restaurant, you might want to sound a bit more elegant. In that situation, you can ask, "What is the specialty of the house?" Or, "Could you recommend a popular dish from the menu?"
Specialty of the house sounds so professional and classy, Jack. Another important thing is asking about ingredients if you have a food allergy or a specific lifestyle diet. Formally, you can ask, does this dish contain dairy? Or is it possible to get this without onions?
Yes, restaurant servers are always very happy to help with those requests. Never feel afraid to ask for exactly what you need to make your meal safe and enjoyable. Our fourth scenario covers something that makes a lot of pre-intermediate learners very nervous: handling small problems during the meal and asking for the check at the end of the night.
Oh, definitely, Jack. Imagine you are eating your dinner and you suddenly realize you don't have a fork, or you need some extra water. You need to catch the waiter's attention politely. Please never shout across a quiet room or snap your fingers. Just raise your hand slightly, catch their eye, and say, "Excuse me."
Yes, excuse me is the magic key that opens every door in English. Informally, if you just need a quick refill of water, you can say, "Could we get some more water for the table when you get a chance?"
Very polite and natural. But what if there's a real, genuine mistake with your food? For example, your soup is completely cold, or they brought you beef instead of chicken. Formally, you can say, "Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry, but I think this is the wrong order." Or, "Excuse me, my food is a bit cold. Could you please heat it up for me?"
Notice how Elena started her complaint with, "I'm terribly sorry, but..." Even though it is the restaurant's mistake, using this polite structure makes you sound incredibly kind, and the staff will always fix your problem immediately with a smile.
Exactly, Jack. Politeness goes a long way in any culture. Now, the meal is completely finished, your plates are empty, and you are ready to leave the restaurant. How do we ask for the money total?
Well, in American English, we call it the check. In British English, they often say the bill. Informally, you can just catch the server as they walk past and say, "Can we get the check, please?"
Or if you are paying together with friends and want to separate the total cost so everyone pays only for their own food, you can use a very famous phrase. Can we split the check?
Split the check is a vital phrase for your social life, everyone. Formally, if you want to request the total in a relaxed way, you can say, "Could we have the bill, please, whenever you're ready?" It shows you're not rushing them.
Now, Jack, let's put all of these fantastic phrases together into a realistic dialogue so our listeners can hear how a full conversation flows naturally from start to finish. Let's pretend we are at a nice restaurant. I will be the server and you will be the customer. Ready?
I am absolutely ready, Elena. Let's do it.
Good evening. Welcome to the Green Olive Restaurant. Do you have a reservation with us tonight?
Good evening. No, we don't have a reservation. Do you have a table for two available right now?
Yes, we do. Right this way, please. Here are your menus near the window. Our special dish tonight is the fresh seafood pasta. I'll give you a few minutes to look things over.
Great. Thank you so much.
Hi again. Are we ready to order your meal, or do you need a little more time?
I think we are ready to order. To start, could we please get some garlic bread for the table?
Perfect. And for your main courses?
I'll go with the grilled salmon, but is it possible to get that with a side salad instead of the French fries?
Yes, absolutely. We can easily substitute that side dish for you. And for your guest?
She would like to order the vegetarian lasagna, please.
Excellent choices. I will bring your appetizers out from the kitchen shortly.
Excuse me?
How was everything tonight? Did you enjoy the food?
The meal was absolutely delicious, thank you. Excuse me, whenever you get a chance, could we please get the check?
Of course. I will bring that right over to your table. Would you like to split the bill or keep it on one card?
We can keep it on one card tonight. Thank you so much.
And scene! That was a perfect restaurant conversation, Jack. Notice how simple, direct, and polite every single sentence was. You really don't need to use massive, complicated words from a dictionary to have a beautiful dining experience in English.
Exactly, Elena. Simple English used with a kind, polite tone is incredibly powerful. The most important thing for all our listeners at home to remember is consistency. The next time you go to a coffee shop, or even if you were just practicing at home, try saying these exact phrases out loud in your room.
Yes, dynamic speaking practice is the true secret to building deep confidence in your brain. Well, everyone, that is all for today's episode on our channel, English Style.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time practicing with us today. Don't forget to subscribe to English Style, like this video, leave your comment with the word coffee, and keep practicing every chance you get.
Have a wonderful day and enjoy your next cup of coffee, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.